I understand you bought this car years ago for $500.
We bought it in about '77. Yeah, just after our second daughter was born. We dated in a '55 Chevy.
Okay.
And he sold it just before we got married to his brother. And so when he found this one about 5 years later, we snagged it up and have had it since then. But it's.
And it was running when you bought it back then.
Yeah,
it was original.
It was a barn find. It come out of a barn, but they had been driving it to school and things, and they just pulled it out
The day before we found it.
a couple of days. And I seen it. I told my wife, "Why don't you go check that out?" She went there and
Had to knock a couple doors to find out who owned it.
But yeah, it's part of the family. In fact, my one boy told his buddy when it caught on fire that there'd been a death in the family.
I heard that. Yeah, there would be. Yeah. Now is the suspension all original, or
No.
is it updated to new stuff?
Yeah, it's got a 4-link under it. It's got new A-arms. It's got all disc brakes.
And the engine, is that a 350 or?
No, it's a 327, 375 horse.
It was in the garage for just scheduled maintenance and.
No, he had just finished rebuilding it after 2.5 years rebuild. He had driven it to the corner and back, just finished it. And we had a friend to come that was coming to weld on the rear end, and he climbed underneath it as he hit the feed on his welder. It shot out, put a hole in the gas tank.
And it went up in flames.
Liquid flames coming out, yeah.
We was welding the perches on the rear end. I had positioned the rear end where I wanted it. And he come over to weld the perches, and he didn't have a very good ground on his welder, so he was looking for a good ground, and when he found a good ground, his finger must have been on the trigger, and it shot right to the gas tank and burned a 3/4 of an inch hole in it. But the 2 tires were laying off to the side. It was liquid flames coming down and run to both tires and started them on fire. We was lucky to be able to save the car, and even more than that, we saved our home.
Some fun, crazy mama Chevrolet, crazy mama Chevrolet. I don't think she ever did love me, but crazy mama Chevrolet. Well, my baby don't go where you'll be in the car. It's drivers need space and you won't get far. My baby don't focus on making Japanese, but if you bring a Chevy, she's a begging on her knees. She's crazy mama Chevrolet, crazy mama Chevrolet.